supervision of Honorable Kagon machine to face the road from Zuople, Sangaple, Seaple, and Bilegre. So that was done under the supervision of Honorable Kagon. As you can see here, the towns are gathered together to welcome him. As you see, traditionally, they are welcoming him. There is citizen movement for change. We want to change the life of the other people that are living here in Seaple, Belegre. The next time, how do you call it?
Roadway is about to begin from Bozople to Sangaple, and from Sangaple to Belegre. This initiative is about to be undertaken by the political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change, Musa Hassan Belere. Today we are here in Bozople. You know, we broke ground for this road that is leading from the place to Bosangaple, and the road have been broken ever since, but the promise is about to be fulfilled. So now today here, the yellow machine is about to enter in Bozople. That's why you see the culture troop waiting the arrival of the yellow machine. This is Avanso Meame, is the vice chair for administration, the Citizen Movement for Change in my chapter. And you see here Honorable Kagon is a former representative of District number 4, and currently is the vice chair for mobilization, Citizen Movement for Change. And the far right there is the recruitment. And the far right there is the chairman for CMC in my chapter. Jeremiah B. Young. So here comes the yellow machine. You see motorcyclists jubilating, escorting the yellow machine, arriving now in Bozople. The machine is arriving now in Bozople. You see motorcyclists are jubilating, citizens jubilating, because they have been faced with a lot of problems with this road issue here, and they are about to be relieved from the problem they have been faced with because of the bad road condition. So here comes the yellow machine on the low bell. Here comes the yellow machine on the low bell. Here arriving in Bozople Township. Here comes the yellow machine here on the low bell. You see citizens are happy. The citizens are jubilating. The citizens are jubilating here. They are overwhelmingly receiving the yellow machine entering into the township of Bozople, where the road work by the Citizen Movement for Change through the political leader will be starting going toward Sangaple and as well as the Bilegle. Zikopilo Kole is the task force person on the machine. Working with CMC, escorting the yellow machine. So Zikopilo Kole, you most welcome here. So how you feel today?
I feel so impressed, and I'm happy because the group of people that are very bracelet.
Thank you. Here comes the yellow machine. The yellow machine just arriving Bozople on the logo. Citizens very happy. citizen movement for change through the political leader Musa Hassan Belete have been asked by citizens of this region to do their role from Zople to Sangaple and going toward Belagui. Honorable El Kagon and the CMC county chairman for Nimba. Thank you. Thank you. The chairman of CMC Nimba. Oroyanga, you're most welcome.
Thank you for the
What can you tell the public?
I'm just happy, that's all.
So, how is the reception here currently?
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Okay.
People are happy.
Okay.
Just for what I see them now, I'm overwhelmed. I'm so proud of them. People are really getting on the road.
I did hear the commissioner of this place on radio.
You are mistaken.
Yeah.
If I were here, I would not talk anything on the radio. The people want to develop
So is it a contradiction to what he said today?
Contradiction.
That the citizen will not welcome the development?
It's an error. It was an error. If I were here, I would not talk on the radio. All the people want is development. You know how many people are there for this? They are not happy. They need to see for themselves.
So now the machine are entering Zople. What is the next thing to do?
So they're going to do the road for them to pay that place. That's what we want here.
So when the project is starting, when the road is
Hopefully
starting?
tomorrow morning, prayer begins.
It was nice talking to you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Let's see the culture through here. So it tells you the kind of excitement and overwhelming welcoming that this the team from the CMC has received right here, simply because the Gallo machine that is about to relieve them from the barrow condition has just arrived. So if you are following us live, we are coming to you from the township of Bozople, where Yellow Machine, belonging to the political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change, have arrived to relieve the people from barrow condition. See the kind of excitement that you are watching now from the citizens. See how people of this region are very, very happy.
Matthew, so how do you feel about this work here today in Zople? What does citizen have to say about the decision or the statement made by the district commissioner?
everyone is celebrating and jubilating here, congratulating Honorable Musa Hassan Belete. Brother, you are very much happy here. Tell us what is going on. What's happening?
Well, before then, I'm SKB in the Powerful Youth Chair of Sagaple. I'm all happy.
Okay, Mr. Youth Chair, why are you happy?
I'm happy because the Honorable Musa Hassan Belete has come October is doing the funding of young man here.
So the road finally commenced. What's your message to Musa Belete, the political leader?
I'm very happy. I don't know what to say now. Right now, the only thing I can say to you and to the CMC people is we are more happy and we are waiting to see them in Sagam.
So what is your call to the youth of this community in terms of being supportive to this project?
The entire youth of this community, they are all happy and they are in support of this process.
Before the commencement of this job, there has been a rigmarole based on the statement made by your district commissioner. How do you look at it?
What the statement made by our district commissioner, I'm not in favor of it.
Okay.
I'm not in support of it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. That's the youth chairman of Bozobe Township, Kelvin Kanu. Next thanks, Mr. Judah Abuke Sangari. He's a national vice chair, is a vice chair for mobilization, citizen movement for change in the county chapter. Here. Everyone is here celebrating, dancing, jubilating. It seems to be this is unbelievable to the people of Bozobe and other communities surrounding, other beneficiary communities.
After I take on with the process.
So what's the current status of the Baba clinic now?
The citizens, they are trying to do some effort to apply and then make sure and put trust to the place. Community leaders, people that they know about their net, this and that, so they can start working small until the government can in. We are already for the government about. They are can here, the government been here, they can't been here, 3 different times. Up to today, the clinic stay there. It can't be open.
But you got workers there?
How can we be?
The clinic closed, the clinic functioning?
The clinic is there. We are requesting for the citizens to come and can't get your help until the government can come. Because when we start increasing the government, is not functioning. We are starting to function because we just put that in there. We never put it for you to be there.
All right. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
And so, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on location where you are following us from this time. We'd like to say welcome to BKS TV and welcome to the Heat Out program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Out, we say dialogue and our confrontation. We say words and bullet. In tonight's edition of the show, we'll be hosting Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, the political leader of the CMC, the Citizen Movement for Change. And he's also the representative of Electoral District 7, Nema County. Honorable Belete join us here tonight on the show as we discuss a couple of issues. Recently, there have been some news on the social media regarding some confrontation or some inner dispute in the Citizen Movement for Change. He will be throwing light on those issues here tonight too as well. And this show has been relayed on Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Nema County. Mr. Jacob Bantu from Voice of Tapeta is relaying the show tonight. I want to say kudos to him. Voice of BKS in Butu Town is also relaying the show here tonight. I want to say kudos to them too as well. And of course, the rest of the folks will be joining us here tonight. Madam Lorena Donker, the CEO of Inseka, both of them are also in the back. Mr. Jacob, too, is also really in the show. So we want to say welcome to all of you. And those of you listening to us via radio, we want to say welcome. And those of you, too, also watching us on Facebook and YouTube, we want to say welcome. A pleasant good evening to all of you and welcome to the February 14, 2026 edition of the Heat Hour program. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. Let's bring you some updates around Liberia. The Unity Party induction ceremony turns violent in Lofa County amid leadership dispute. The Unity Party has inducted a new IT county chairman for Lofa County amid raising internal tension. The induction of Mr. Akwe Ensin at the party's local headquarters in Vantraman City turned violent during the ceremony. Mr. Ensin was appointed by the national chairman, Dr. J. Luther Tapper, to serve as Itin Lofa County chairman, replacing the former Itin chairman, David Maulo. However, the county leadership rejected the appointment, arguing that they were not consulted in the national chairman's decision. Despite the disagreement on February 11, 2026, the national chairman proceeded by sending a delegation to officially induct Mr. Ensin. The situation escalated when the party members attempted to disrupt the process, leading to violence. Nevertheless, Mr. Ensin was still sworn into office. Following the incident, Lofa County Superintendent J. Levitt Massaquoi has invited the party leadership, including the newly inducted and controversial acting chairman, to a meeting at the party headquarters on Monday, February 16, 2026. That's it from Lofa County. That's it from Lofa County this evening. Every day is another problem. The government of Liberia and the government of the Republic of Seychelles have established diplomatic relationship to strengthen bilateral ties between the two countries. The signing ceremony took place on the margins of the 39th session of the African Union Assembly on February 13, 2026 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Her Excellency Sarah Beslo Yanti expressed gratitude to the government of Seychelles for supporting Liberia's election to the United Nations Security Council and collaborating with Liberia in other multilateral forums. His Excellency Mr. Barry Ferry, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora of the Republic of Seychelles, described the movement as historic as his country was establishing relations with Liberia in the 50th year of their independence. The two ministers agreed to deepen partnership and cooperation on issues of mutual interest, such as trade, tourism, education, and training and political consultation. The establishment of diplomatic ties with Seychelles highlights a significant achievement on President Joseph Yoman Boakai foreign policy agenda, which seeks to forge new partnership while strengthening existing ones. That's it from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Let's bring on the folks here as we get started with the conversation here tonight on the show. Mr. Sam Saros Pali is here. The CEO is also here too as well. Shadrach Wigon is watching us from Montogate this evening. Shadrach, how is Montogate? Ato Prince Ato is also watching us from Ganta City, Nima County. Prince, I want to say a warm welcome this evening to the show. The guys from Voice of Tapita are in the back. We're going to bring them on very shortly too to get updates from them in relation to how is Tapita this evening and how are things going on there. Mr. Sam, good evening. Welcome to the show this evening. CEO, how you doing? Welcome. Let's hear you guys. What's on your mind, CEO?
Yeah, it's good to be back. I also saw Sis Lorena in the back there, so I think she dropped. She should be back here. Maybe her stuff is off. Yeah, great to be back. It has been a busy week. Again, I want to say thanks to you and Cyrus for holding down. Even though when we come in, you refuse to let us in. Yeah, Cyrus wants to kick everyone out because we disagree with him. But overall, I think thanks to you and Cyrus, Honestly speaking, you guys have been doing a really good job. It's because of all of us that we are here today. Thanks to our panelists, those are able to join, those are also following from the back, supporting from the back. I want to say thanks to all of them. Thanks to our viewers, our followers. Thanks to everybody. A big shout out to our crew in Liberia, our journalists, the folks who are out there going out and getting the news and keeping the page active. Is a great thing to do. We're excited to be on here tonight. Again, we will be having a very good rest of the week. The weekend will be tight. We have Honorability coming on the show tonight. It's going to be a good show as always. And I want to say thanks to him in advance. He always willing to answer a call and be on the show with us. And then tomorrow we'll have Kanyo Bala, Councilor Bala will be on here too. So it's going to be a promising weekend. There's a lot to discuss. There are a lot of events, a lot of big things happening in Liberia, pressing things that are happening, news all over the place. I know we'll touch on some. And then there are some things that are happening in Nimba as well. Nimba County, we look forward to going there. We are here tonight, the weekend. It's going to be a long show. So tighten your belt. The Rwanda man. You're not running away tonight. You will stay here. You're not running. You're not leaving here tonight. So we look forward to having a very good show. But yeah, welcome to the show. Thanks for our followers for following too.
I'm here, and hopefully we're going to end it very good tonight. Sam, welcome. Let's hear you, Chief.
Well, Junior and CEO, it's great to be back, for the talking points. The good thing is we are here to talk the talk, whether, like I always say, if you disagree or you agree, life goes on. Great to see all of you. I look forward to having a great conversation tonight. Nothing really in my mind today, to this evening, but I think I'll be in and out of the show because my niece having little get together here in my house. So I'll be going upstairs to bring some ribs, maybe downstairs later.
Oh.
He said, "Oh."
So how we doing the show today? You met DG here for Neo.
So yeah, we'll be here, and I think we'll be listening to our guests. I think we got a good guest on board tonight, so we look forward to seeing him.
Thank you. Welcome once again, Mr. Sam. TK, welcome to the show. Let's hear you what's on your mind, Chief.
Thank you, Junior. I know for us, Tabata is relaying us. So now when we start a day, they hear some feedback. I like 10 call. They hear feedback. Then the people talk about us. What we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. So at least then the people call from the country, from Labru, and say, "Oh, you guys are not doing this." And somebody there with ANC business, Kumi and 1% business, having them there, the NDR people, but they frustrated. So they hear from the public. And people call your line. They hear them before our guests come. Then they send their question to us. The question they want to ask too. Yeah, that one on my mind today.
When I begin MDR, man.
And then you NDR, man. That you put the financial for NDR.
So if from
you be hiding yourself.
We from even NDR,
You know where you from? You in particular.
Okay. Yeah, so we got Junior, you there?
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
Councillor Yelu will be joining us here. That your whole Supreme Court ruling. We're not leaving it right now until we get understanding of it. Thank God.
Yeah,
Councillor
so Junior, I'm not cutting you off. Since we got a council here, we need his stand on this. I know the council is it there's this rumor around there that the council there in Liberia they were afraid to take the perfect case because of the Supreme Court. So maybe we want to hear his stand on that as we await our guests. Council can talk about that, from a legal standpoint.
That's you do. Good evening and welcome. How you doing this evening, Chief?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. And it's good to be here. And good evening to my big brother, Cyrus, my big brother and brother-in-law. Cyrus, what's up?
the fellow book writer.
Right here.
The two people writing book.
That's everything. I'm doing good. I mean, DK, you say, look, if the day we want to open a line, we should give the people notice, sufficient notice, so they can be prepared. Because if you just take the people by surprise, we'll not get the full result of what we want to do. So if the day we want to open a line, we could leave 1-2 days and say, look, on this day, you're the citizen that your time.
Say your CDC brother key on the show the last time you been targeting me for no reason.
Yeah, so it's important. And to be honest, it's good to always be here, Mr. CEO, the host, Badia, and my own comrade, DK Way. You know, the guy myself who sustain the return of thought here. We should always compare notes. But I don't know why we are not comparing notes these days. We need to compare notes. Anyway, the boss see you, he will tell you to stop and you all got to compare notes. But anyway, it's good that we are here and we keep doing what you guys are doing, especially even those are sometimes busy, but it's good because Mama Library is all we have, Nima is all we have. We all have to strive to make it better. And anything that will make Nima better is fine.
Thank you. Welcome. We'll take short time to interview here tonight on specific issue. You know, you're from Nima, and the people of Nima has to understand what is going on at the national level, because one of your son, Justin Opa-Yezian, have been in prison for.
Mr. Bantu is in the background.
Mr. Bantu is on the show, but I think his network is giving problem. So Justin was in prison yesterday for 6 months on charges of criminal contempt. He was convicted of criminal contempt by the Supreme Court of Liberia. Now, tell us your stand on this entire case that led Justin to prison and all of that. Give us the breakdown of it, what is criminal contempt and all of that, so our people can understand the pros and cons of what went on and why the Supreme Court has to take that decision.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I should not be discussing legal issues because I'm sanctioned for certain reason. But if you ask me as a citizen to give my own perspective, I can give it not as a lawyer because I have to give the disclaimer here before they say, oh, the man unsanctioned, but he's still doing this. But why it's true, I would like you to know what really happened when it comes to the sanction. But also, I have to make it clear that I'm discussing it from my perspective as a citizen of the country and not as a lawyer. What you see tonight, I don't even remove counselor from my name. So you can see, oh, the man is unsanctioned and he's still doing XYZ. We've been on it from the beginning of this month. But, you know.
How long the sanction is going for?
I will tell you. I will finish it, I will tell you.
All right. Let's hear it.
I have listened to a lot of people on the issue of Justin. And I'm speaking as a citizen of this country that when I was in high school, I was a very good history teacher. I taught history from almost 8th grade all the way to 12th grade. And that gave me some understanding of the law of this country, the Constitution. And reading the Constitution, you don't have to be a lawyer to read the Constitution. And we all agree. Myself here, I think if you remember one time, Prophet Key insulted my mother for almost 3 days in 2022. But when you are a public figure, at times these are things that happen. And not just because we are public figure, that I think is something that is clearly written in the narrative for, say, the Gambia case and the African Union of Journalists for, say, Gambia, and the Costello for, say, Spain. There are so many cases that the people talk about. And you understand? So, from the human rights perspective, in my mind, there are concerning issues as it relates to Justin. Because,
in as much that his behavior is not good for anybody, but I think there are several issues which I want us to discuss on another day, not today.
From the legal perspective,
I wanted to say that if you are unsanctioned, there are some issue that you don't want to touch before you jeopardize your own status. But I can say anything I want to say. Nothing they can do to me. But for you, I think you need to save yourself.
Well, then you go by like bureau. You go by like bureau. We'll go after you.
Okay, that lead the legal side.
Yeah,
that lead the legal side. That can Nima. Why do you think your chief and elder were waiting first for adjusting to go to court before they call him to Nima for a conference?
I have told you, I said we don't have elders in Nima. I told you the thing time and again. We don't have elders in Nima. We got people who pretend, people who feel that, look, we know when we have elders those days in Nima. You don't wait for the damage to be caused, then you come and say, oh, we want to do this, we want to do that. No, that is not elder shit. The elder arrest situation. I remember there was this situation between me and Rofangado. The elder immediately called us to Gaple. We went Gaple for 3 days. And when we got there, the elder, they were very blunt. What the late Rofangado, may his soul rest in peace, what he did that warranted the situation, they told him in his face. Then they called me, they said, Garrison, in as much that he said all these things to you and provoke you, but he is an elder. You went overboard and they found us. And my fine was excessive. It was more than on Rofangado's fine because they said he was an elder. So the elder can't wait anything get very dangerous. And then when the court has taken decision, then you want to act like you are an elder. Prophet Keith never started insulting today. He started talking way back. Over 10 years now, he's been on a podcast. But my thing is that in our country, the pretense is very too much. The pretense is very too much. We cannot build a country where you have elders, they have already taken side. What you expect the elders not to see when most of the elders are already on the salary of the county administration? And what we are saying, the local government act that we work on, there's a need that they amend that act. Because in our act, the man and phone we were thinking when we were working on those laws, it was not the way the people operating with the people money. There are key local concerns that the superintendent should be addressing. And nowadays, where the local government act should be look at what constitutes local project and what is national project. For instance, should we take our money in Nima and we say we're building police stations? Should we take when the national police got money on the budget? Not just that, on the budget, you got the public sector investment program that the government can go there and take money to carry on any project. What happens to the clinics all over in Nima that without drugs? In December, I visited several clinics in Nima. Do you know that some of the clinics you don't even have mattresses for the pregnant women to sleep on? What happened to those clinics? These are direct issues. The students in the county, they are facing stationary issues, armchairs issue. Why is it true that government said they will produce armchair, but these children, they are our children. They are Nibanian.
The elders then said even if the Supreme Court take decision, they will still call justice and he will face their punishment as elders in Nima.
So what made anybody to be elder when he's already working in the government? What is it? I mean,
he's satisfied as an elder, so
we independent. Our elders those days were not people who were working in government. They were people who sit down and make independent decisions outside of power controlling them. Melvin Blair, when you say you elder, one of the senators in the county called for a program, you start to undermine the very program. You already divide the county. When Senator Koga called for the program meeting, you said the elder should not go. And the elder felt they respected, they said, no, they meant to is our son. We will go. So this man is already conflicted by his action. So nothing, look, they should not allege or they want to take glory. Nothing. Our elders should be very sincere with themselves.
So will
You
you feel
know,
disappointed if Prophet Key is released from prison and then the elder call him again to punish him?
devil jeopardy on our laws. You mean you giving him devil punishment? The elders in Nima, if they had known, all of us here, one way or the other, will get all of the small scars on our body from Prophet Key. Nobody will support him in the decency or in our cultural tradition will support what he does, especially coming from Nima. Notwithstanding, where have they been? Maybe they have been part of the elder council from since the government came to power. Not just that. Where were he when Prophet Key insulted or Ambassador Judy Andy? What did he do? What did he do? You know, these are the things we're talking about in the country. If it is garrison, then everybody should be concerned. But if it's not garrison, if it is, for instance, Lauren or don't care, who is a female, who is a female who does not have a right in the country. So Judy Andy too is not a Nibanian. So the elder should wait until a resetting level? No. We have to be very honest with ourselves if we are elders in the country. And we should be able to arrest it. We should be proactive, not reactive. We should be proactive. Look, Junior, you go, look, what is happening in Nima, not just Prophet Key issue, right? You will go places and see young people and they yet insult people go free. And but when you talk, say, oh, that public figure, we can say anything. People here lie on you. We are all victimized by it. Thing that you have never done in your life. People can look at you and say it on you. You think that's the way we can go in the country? No. Where have been the elders that these things, it is not our culture. Nima is one of those indigenous countries that traditionally, I remember my father used to tell me, say, when Bola Zimi was represented way back, when he passed in the public towing the ham, I think Sarah told her the story, then he would say, yeah, Daisy. And you understand? So I'm just saying to you, leadership comes with respect. But most of the things you see today in the country is because elders have taken side. You get elders on the other side and you got elders on this other side. Look, let me tell you, the action of the elders, they feel the insanity. How does it heal the current situation between the vice president and Senator Koga? How does it heal it? It escalated it more. It divided the country more. Look, when the elders ready to speak, brother, they will go where they're supposed to go and call the leaders. And say, we're here today. We're here today. Do you know that in the 2025 election, there were the elders in Zig, they invited me, and we went there, and we have a discussion, which of course I'm not privileged to say out there. But when elders want to intervene, they can call. Then people say yes. But you don't wait the thing. Look, when people taking side, I will not say, it's like same myself, we are taking saying, say, okay, I for John Brown, I say I for Mary Paul. Anything Brother Sen is doing, trust me, my mindset is, Brother Sen is already for John Brown. Anything I'm doing, Brother Sen mindset is, Garrison is already for Mary Paul. So when you do organization communication, they get something called the dark area, especially in the Johari Winod doctrine. Is that we expect you to know this. Then that person to say, we expect Garrison to know this. So that expectation from me and for you. Oh, I was thinking that Gian will take the thing from right here and put it so. Then Gian to say, no, I was thinking Big Brother Garrison should have taken it from here and put it so. So at the end result, this thing, the remote in my hand will stay right here because I'm thinking that Gian Ping will take it from here, and Gian Ping too is thinking that Garrison should have taken it from here. At the end result, it will live right here. And where are we going now in the country? We are not
I agree with you, Council. I 100% agree with you. The way the others have been proceeding, I've been number one person that said they have been proceeding wrong, very wrong. When that issue happened, first the other went to Monrovia. They came back. They had a press conference. I personally called out Melvin Bailey at that time. I said it, that if we don't have independent editors in the county, we will always be made like the way we are made currently, because you could see the you could hear the sadness in the voice of the Chief Justice during the first day of the hearing. He asked Prophet Key and said, "We are from Nima, but do you know me personally?" Prophet Key said no. So why is it that you keep ringing insult on my personality and my family? Prophet Key say, "Oh, sometimes I get emotional when I'm discussing." The elders have been listening to this thing. President were insulted before by this young man. Nothing happened. And you go, and the tone in which the elder spoke in was, personally, I consider to be threatening to Prophet Key. You can't go sit on a community radio station, you start saying we'll take the man and carry him to the Poro Society by all costs. That was threatening. That was bad. You know, it is the way we proceeding in Nima, if care is not taken. Recently, the Chief and Elder Council spokesperson was dismissed because he visited or attended the program of Senator Koga. After that program, he got dismissed, only because some elders said they shouldn't go for that program, and they went. Now, those people, they are having motorbikes, they are dividing things on them, they are having, someone is saying no sound. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah.
I think I'm
not saying no sound. So this thing here, for me, if Prophet Key is released, I don't think any other traditional action should be taken against Prophet Key anymore. From the legal standpoint, the council just said it. The principle of double jeopardy prohibits that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you. Can you welcome the other people? I think our guest will be joining us here in 2 seconds. So we can.
Yeah, Madam Larina is on the line. We wanted to go to her.
Before you go to Larina, let me tell you something. When have you heard our elders, if we were growing or having that they are call people on radio? Having press, elder can have press conference. When have you? It's funny. Traditionally, when someone comment, when you breach the tradition, or model where you are boiler.
You know, Council, you're not here. Sorry, you're not here the last time. Yesterday, I think I made my point, Cyrus and Gio, and I was telling them, I was giving my traditional, the reason why I believe this goes against our tradition from every angle. And I agree with everything you say. I don't want to even add to it, because everything you lay out here from the start to the finish, you and I share the same view 100%. So, Larina, you can go ahead before we get our guest come. Yeah, you can. I think he's supposed to be joining us here shortly.
Larina, welcome. Let's hear you on this Prophet Key thing.
She's a female,
so just chip in there and let's hear your side of it. What's your take?
Good evening, everyone. The Prophet Key thing, the idea of people leaving issue and just insulting is not unique to Prophet Key. Though some of them don't have a wider platform than Prophet Key. So I think the action, though I think it's late, it's kind of late, but I think it's necessary. I say it's late because he didn't just start now. Prophet Key Yeke have insulted a lot of people. The current president, the former President George, we are just regular citizens, permanent citizens. They will just insult you when they have issue with you, and they will not. Sometimes they don't even just insult you alone. They go straight to your fourth generation and insult them. So I think this action was appropriate, but I also think that it was kind of late, because I remember there was a case of assault with Julie Andy and Prophet Key, and I don't know where the court did to that case. So the next thing I saw two of them on a picture. They say Prophet Key apologized to the County system. So that's my only thing about it. But I hope there is a precedent because for every time the Supreme Court take a verdict, it becomes a precedent. So I hope it will help other people, and it will also serve as a deterrent for people who just feel the best thing they can do is to just insult you, whether they know anything about you or not. So I don't need to start looking for money to buy our red shoes and we're going to the court to people that will come on and start insulting us. That's what I would say. I say it's appropriate, but I think it's kind of late.
Yeah, I know Junior and
Thank you.
Sam were laying out the free speech, the legal part, the constitutional thing. I know our counsel right now, he's not in a position to discuss that from that end, but we'll hope to have someone who has, legal experience here from a lawyer standpoint to come and talk to us about it, maybe in the future, if the topic is not belated by then.
So, see you again. I was on my show this morning. Since I don't have too much privilege to talk on the show because it's limited, I was on my show this morning.
Oh no! You see, when I saw you live, I sent the link to the Junior. I said, "Oh, your man's pointing out here. The man said we can't get enough time." So he went,
No. When I say enough time, that's a show that everybody has has the right to get their input. But when I'm on my one man show, I talk my one man thing. See you. Let me tell you. I heard my sister Lorena say it's good, it's late. No. Listen, let God this stuff the way it is. I think that the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia has brought the Supreme Court to public ridicule, and we'll go on.
Sam, let's hold you there a little bit. We'll come back to that when our guest
we got our guest.
The guest is already here. Now, Musa Hassan Belete, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of late, you've been everywhere, Southeast, Nima, everywhere. How was your Southeast tour, Chief?
It was good. It's the best Nima visit to Grand Jide ever recorded in history. I proved to be corrected. I stand to be corrected. But as it stands, we visited Grand Jide. They welcome the cattles, the traditional reception. I brought to Secretary 16 cattles that include a cow.
Oh, wow.
If somebody has done that before, I stand to be corrected. But as a son of Nima, given our history, I believe that it was the best that a Nimaean have ever had in the history of our two countries. So it was a successful trip. And as a result of that trip, by the 15th of March, the commitment that we made to the people of Grand Jide will begin to live on them. Our first set of machines will be deployed in Grand Jide District 3 to bring road to a community that have never seen road since independence. So historically, we hope to use those kind of important events to re-echo. Because I discovered that Nima County and Grand Jide has so much in common. I'm still trying to find out why we even went at war. To the extent that the district that I live in has, my district has a clan called Bao. Believe me, in Grand Jide, it's the same thing with the same name. And then I do some historical research. We actually have more in common than we don't have. So it's just a matter of tapping on it. And, the scare moment was one of our drivers who is from District 5, driving a vehicle that had 8 Grand Jideans on it, and the vehicle somersaulted. That was scary because you know how easily it can be. And then the driver, nothing happened to him. And then we heard that 2 persons died. So immediately we had to abrupt, what is the word to use? Abort our trip in Kilipo, Kawakan. I was in speech when they came and pulled me out that something terrible had happened. So we went back. Luckily for us, when we reached Atapeta Hospital, all of the victims were there, but no one got killed as reported to us. And as of today, everyone has been discharged, and some of them are still recuperating at home. So it was a good trip.
Even though your trip was cut off because of that accident, and you mentioned a lot of achievement, but I want to ask this: did you achieve your actual goal when you went to Grand Judea County?
Absolutely. Grand Judea is a county in transition. I will tell you right now that it does not have a specific it's not one of those counties where you say this particular party is in charge of Grand Judea today. So we went there at the right time, and I could feel it from the reaction of the people. We went to District 3, and then we went to cheer for the young people that went through there, and you could see the enthusiasm, and it has become a mosaic, which is interesting because it makes almost about 15% of population in Grand Judea now are Nigerians. And then another 15-20% of the population in Grand Judea are Muslims. So it's becoming more and more, mixed. It is the boiling point of the Southeast. It's the most commercially viable point of the Southeast. So, very successful.
You said your entire Southeastern operation will be based in Grand Judea County.
Absolutely.
When you say based in Grand Judea, what do you mean? Are you building a political headquarters there or what?
No, we have a political headquarters in Monrovia. You can't have two headquarters.
So your Southeast party headquarters, where will you be based? Is it in Grand Judea, or are you going to build it everywhere?
County should have a headquarters. But what we are saying is that we will first set ourselves in Grand Judea and then launch ourselves into the other country. That's what basically I said we're bunker, we're garrison there. And then once we do that, then we begin to outshoot like River G, Sano, Grand Crew, and
You are actually taking over the Geo Belt in Nema. Recently, your machine arrived in Borzolo Town, Electoral District number 4. And I listened to the journalists who did the interview. The people were very excited about your going there with the machine and all of that. How do you feel when you are giving back to the people and they are so excited like this, Honorable Musa?
I don't, maybe, when we're going to school, we learn something. Every advantage, there's a disadvantage. And every disadvantage, there's an advantage. Maybe I'm better benefiting from my position as a minority. I'm not in a position to aggravate any Manome. I'm not in a position to aggravate any Guillaume. I don't see the two tribes in my political dealing. As you can see, the TMC is very well balanced when it comes to the quote-unquote divide in our country. So I don't see. What I see is that in our first phase of development, the heavy weight of our development was based in the Mano region, like the bridge in Tenbane, all those roads and other things, and then all the way going to Bay. And then you see we have another bridge which links Bonkante to Nimba in Kwaipadi, which material will be starting to arrive there on Tuesday and stuff like that. So now
I went to District 5, District 3, and District 4. It was amazing, the condition of those places. So I feel like we need to change that. So about 2 years ago, set out to build the Lapula Bridge, which you see. It's going to finish. We're dedicating it in April. This is a bridge that we have made a decision to name after the late Senator Prince Johnson, and we are trying to connect. Remember, the part that you're talking about, our agriculture belt, but yet access to it becomes difficult. So most of the agriculture goods go to the Africans due to lack of transportation. We want to end that. So you see the road we're going there next week from Barn. We are starting to complete the Barn, how you call it? The Barn Campley Road. Okay. So I think Garrett know what I'm talking about. When we leave where we started now, it's going to go to I think Beleghley. When we reach to Beleghley, we'll go back because we've already bought the road from Barn to Waipley. So we'll take from Beleghley to Waipley, and the grader will come from Barn all the way to Beleghley. That will be phase one.
So this issue of
us, then we'll continue to Campley. But meanwhile, deep down in District 5, District 4, and District 3, our people have serious challenges. So that's what we face. So the work is not based on tribe, it's based on geography. We realize that on that part, our development had not started there. So now, for this year and next year, most of what we're going to do is to reconnect District 3, District 5, and District 4 to the rest of Nimba. It needs to be so that medical services, ambulance services can be of use. When you go, I remember I went to Bio one time. That year, I think almost 8 persons died because they got sick, and on their way to town, there were no vehicle to carry them. So we want to end those things. If those bring political dividend to us, we're happy. It's just our greater or broader Nimba strategy.
Thank you. This will be my last question, and we go to the other panelists. Let's go to the CMC. Inside the CMC, there have been this Rick Monroe we've been seeing on the social media. Your personal political advisor, your senior political advisor, has talked to his Facebook page to call for the resignation of your vice chair for mobilization in Mark Blewan. And I also received a communication from one of the CMC folks about the meeting you held in Circle PA, demanding Mark to take certain decision, and we are yet to see that action being taken by Honorable Mark Blewan. Tell us what is going on with the CMC currently.
Well, I mean, you guys already know most of it, but officially, and I say this with all sincerity, the political advisor to the political leader statement about Mark Blewan does not represent the view of the CMC. We disagree with it. We don't think that was okay. And I've had a conversation with my political advisor. Sometimes we advise each other, even though he's my advisor, well, I can be the advisor sometimes. Sometimes our politics, sometimes we get emotional, but sometimes I always out for different way to do it. So I don't agree with that. And then, I respect this view, but That's not the view of the CMC. That is personal view. Secondly, we have had several discussions with Mark. The CMC considers Mark as an important person in a party like ours. If he was not important, the story would be different. And therefore, we'll do everything we can to make sure that whatever relationship rules that is within the system is corrected. We believe, that there's too much rumor, and it would just be nice for him to break the rumor to say, look, in spite of everything that's happening, I'm still party. I'm committed to the goals of my party. But we don't have gone on his head to say go and say it. We believe that at the appropriate time, he will make that statement. I personally, believe that statement is necessary, because, not just for the party, but for just himself. Because at the end of the day, when it happens like that, it creates unnecessary, but it doesn't have any impact on the party. Mark is our partisan, Mark is our bishop. We respect him. I think sometimes communication can cause some problem. We'll try to resolve that. Even the communication, the letter that the CNC put out, I do agree that the part that said, one person does not run the organization. So when you have these statements, it's the input of everybody. If you ask me, if I were the author of that document, would I have mentioned whether he's at liberty to go to any party? I would say no. I don't think that was necessary. But I don't think it caused any injury as well. So you just allow us to navigate our, domestic affair, and you start putting fuel on the fire for us. It's an internal issue, and we are doing our best to resolve it. I personally believe that, Mark is with CMC, and stability will come. We'll move on, but I talked to the vice president of Liberia more than anybody from the Mark. At least every 72 hours he and I can talk. So having a relationship with the vice president, it should not stamp any doubt on your character. But the party the vice represent, the government represent, is a bad. They don't know what they are doing. They are running the country wrongly, and I would say that any day. But no, Jeremiah couldn't call me and say, Musa, I want you to come to my house. I will tell Jeremiah I gotta go. I go see him. He's the vice president. He's the highest officer from a county. That respect will never go away. But it doesn't mean that I can't disagree with his company. If you realize that I don't personally easily attack the vice president, in the 2 years that we've been here, I've attacked him once. It's because I don't see the vice president as the decision maker of the government. So if that's the way this government is running, that is unofficial, that is informal. So where the blame goes is where the blame is supposed to go. If I don't attack President Baka, I attack the legislature. Most of my actions are meaning against the legislature because they are the ones who should help our government system supervise the system, and they're not doing that. So yes, Mark, hopefully we'll resolve it. God time is the best. God knows the answer. We between Mark and CMC, we respect each other, and we're praying that things will be okay. Mark is still with CMC. Even today, I was watching some interaction within the party. He was among that. Well, it's okay. one step at a time. We'll get there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, folks, if you're just joining us here tonight, you are listening to the Heat Hour program, and we are in communication with Musa Hassan Belete, the political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change, and also the representative of Electoral District 7. The show has been really on Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Nima County, and Voice of BKS in Butu Town, Electoral District number 5. We'll go to you, CEO, to ask your 2 questions. After you will go to Garrison Daughter, Yellow Jr., Mana Lorena Dunker, Saras, and the rest of the folks. See you, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. For me, I don't have questions because, as you can see, we have a lot of panelists here, and we have this. We don't have plenty of time, but it's just something that Honorable Belete stated, and I want to emphasize on that to our people, especially the young ones who are aspiring to be politicians, who are killing themselves for politicians. He said something. He said he talks to the VP at least every 72 hours. That tells you that, we can disagree on policy issues. We can be on different political sides. We can be different aisle, but we still remain peaceful and respectful to each other. I remember, I'm not going to call names, someone reached out to me the last time here because, they feel that we are on one side, and they start to say things about us in different ways. But here's the good thing that he just said. We are all from Nimba. We're all Liberians. We can disagree on issues. We can have our own side, but we can still talk. Honorable Belete just stated that he talks to his brother at least every 72 hours, but he's running a completely different party. He just doesn't agree with their policy, the political party, the way they are governing. So he speaks against that, and he preaches against that. You can still have your side and still be respectful to each other. We are not enemies. We just disagree with certain things. Honorable Belete, you probably know this guy. There's one guy in the States here, they call him James Carville. His wife's name is Mary Carville. They are both from different political sides. James I think he's a Republican, die-hard Republican, a big strategist, and his wife does the same thing on the Democratic side, on the Democrat side.
Yeah,
so what
they are couples. Marian Conway too, and Conway are the same thing.
Yeah.
There are a couple of couples in America in the same house.
One other side, another person on the other side. But they go to talk the issue when they come on CNN. When you see them debating the issues, you will say, that different people here about their husband and wives. And then when they go home, they leave their politics right at the door and they become couples. So that's my advice to our brothers and sisters, especially from Nima County, who believe that when you disagree with a certain person on a political issue, it means that you are against the county and you are against that person and you are against them in totality. So I'll just stop there, Junior. You can go to the other folks. I don't have questions. I will just be on the back end. And then make sure you really state that we are being relayed on Voice of Tapeta too, because we have them on here. So the people from there are listening.
Thank you. I just got a message from Sekle Peter. Chuve FM is also relaying the show here tonight. So kudos to Chuve FM in Sekle Peter for also relaying the show. Council, welcome. Let's hear your 2 questions on this round. After you will go to Madam Lorena to Sam, and the rest of the people.
Okay, thank you, Gian, and the CEO, and high up to Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, the political leader of the CMC. Honorable Belete, thank you so much. Mine, the first will be a comment, and the second I will ask a question. Thank you first for everything you are doing for our people. And that is a true definition of politics, and your presence in the country is in fact giving we the opposition the momentum, the strength, because you have brought a new dynamic to our body politics. It's not just talking, but it's working and talking. That is very, very good. And with people like you in Nimai has made us to feel that the fee is getting leveled. And when the time comes for the 90 minutes of football to start in the country, the match will be played. Whether you're playing with 4-4-2 or you're playing with 4-3-3, there will be a match playing.
On you.
There will be a match playing in Nima. I'm a fan of Real Madrid. Don't mind me. All you think we're talking about watching my game. We just won our game 4-1. But our ability, thank you for the road from Zuople going to Belegle and from Belegle going to White Plate that you just spoke of. That's a very important corridor, and we have long prayed for that to happen, because I remember Honorable Kagon made tremendous effort with the Senator, now Vice President, doing the Gun CDC administration to see how that road can be fixed. And promises were made. But to see that road, I saw the people very happy, because I have gone that road several times. Even when I was represented, I talked to the people from Public Works to see how we could fix that road, because every time Sanga Place to be my base in that Bo region. I slept in Sanga Place over 10 times. So it used to be really my base. So every time we went there, it was that road issue. And because I used to work with the Ministry of Public Works, make some effort with Kofi Woods and the guys there, but we could not get result. And then although the Ebola virus came and we never got the result. So thank you so much for everything you are doing. And whether you are CMC, whether you are CDC, the fact is that we are opposition, and we need people like you in the country to stand by us so that we can unseat this government, because they are doing nothing for our people. And but the way you're working, look, let me tell you, that thing when putting in travel politics, there will be a time to come. Because I'm from Belige. We are the only district in Nema, the only South district that never got involved into travel politics. And even the property issue, we met in camp, we say, whether Madinko, whether Guillaume, Manon, people who have their property, they give it to them. So today, you could see the heart of Camp, they are still owned by Madinko, our Madinko brothers and sisters. Even my uncle, Alhaji Moto, is the Imam in Camp. So for me, I enjoy Christian and Muslim background. Nobody can take that from me. Because my grandfather, Woto Mongo, used to be a Muslim and he used to pray. But on ability, you are on the BKS. And I think BKS is getting to be an independent station for NEMA, where the critical forces, whether be it the Unity Party, be it the CDC, be it the CMC, where we have an opportunity to express ourselves. One of the problems that BKS have been facing in the country is that to have that coverage where people will listen to them and get to know what is happening. Because when we all argue here, our people there will make an informed decision and know exactly what happened. Who's saying the truth, who's not saying the truth, our people will know. What is your plan for the BKS having a relationship with the True FM, so that when, even if it is a weekend, to say every weekend we'll give BKS 2 hours in the evening to have their program live on Truth FM. What is your plan for the BKS? Because the opposition community, most of us now, we are deprived in the country. When you want to call in the country to talk, the first thing the radio station will say, a government issue. When you say yes, say no, we're scared before they can they deal with us. So people are getting afraid. This is the only place now people here, they're not afraid, and our people can listen. But most of the people don't have data. So when that radio, the old people can buy a little battery and put in that radio and say they will listen to the BKS show so that they can have an independent opinion and appraisal of this administration. So what is your plan for the BKS as it relates to giving our coverage around the country?
So I have a media background. I hope you know that. I've operated a radio station now for 20 years. Truth FM. It's actually 21 years this year since we started operating it. The good thing is the folks on BKS are visionary. I like them. I like their vision, and I like the fact that, in spite of the fact that we know them, when there's a story that is about us and the people need to know, they don't, they're not biased, and they don't lean towards opposition. They don't lean towards. I think BKS would better serve not to be relayed on Truth FM. Garrison, Unity Party has one strength, and that strength, honestly, nobody so far has been able to pass them on that strength as propaganda. Their propaganda is based on lies and misinformation. put BKS on Truth FM, and Unity Party will brand them as a most updated radio station, and they will never recover from that. What we should do, and I think they're already doing it because I'm aware, I speak to the leadership, I speak to the CEO, I speak to the other guys, is to enhance their capacity so that they will not behold to anyone, or they will not be seen as beholden to anyone. You see me, I'm a politician. When the real political battle start, I'm not going to put no opposition on my radio station. I'm not putting nobody that will tell me Tabata. My work would be to send my own message. We don't want to. We want BKS to be that place where sanity will prevail, where the truth will be told, where all of us can go to get clarification, where we can hope that when it comes from there, they have done their homework. So we are prepared to work with them, but to achieve independence while ensuring coverage. If that plan is in place and then there's a need for transition, then we can have to say, okay, maybe we will give them technical advice, and we already have a relationship with them. We know them. We will tell them what to do in order to properly cover our company. And then we'll show them the means, the place where they can go and get it. And then, because, Chief, if we need to have a free and fair election in Nimba, Karisi, you know what I'm talking about. You know that place there is a den of fraud. You know what I'm talking about. We need an honest voice. We need a voice. If our Musability, a presidential candidate, come and say there was fraud in District 9, somebody's voice, somebody must be able to say, Billy, you're lying, or it is true. We have verified the fraud. Right now, it is in our interest for BKS. They have already achieved that status. It is in our collective interest on all sides, whether it's the government or the opposition, to keep BKS in that folder, because it will help us to all of us. So what we can do while ensuring the independence, we will do it. And we're committed to that. This station, Nimba Kandi needs it. Nimba Kandi needs it because it is a marketplace for truth telling. That's why me, unless I say go, but anytime BKS coming, they call here, like yesterday call here. Yesterday evening, anytime they call me, I'll be here. Because through this, I'm speaking to the people of Nimba. And when it is BKS, they know it's not diluted. Chief, when Truth FM speak, they know that Musa Belede, they know that CMC, and sometimes they know that CDC, because of opposition. And so, I don't want to call radio station name, but there are some other radio stations that the government has virtually taken over. You must know the story, and we can talk on air here. You know what I'm saying? And they're operating them, and you can see it in the tune and everything, right? So that's part of the game. Myself, if I had me to take over all, I would do it. So the government has done what it ought to do for its own survival. But let's keep BKS as a matter. So we're committed to making sure that at least by the middle of this year, the whole of Nimba should be able to hear them. And we'll help them towards that.
Thank you very much. Madam Lorena is here. She's your district sister, and I'm pretty sure she will take you to the budget issue because the budget is passed already. So she want to know what the Secular Peer Comprehension Health Center got from the budget and all of that. Mana Lorena, welcome. Let's hear you, man.
Yes, thank you, Jion. Yeah, thank you, Jion. Thank you to hello to all the panelists. Hello to my district lawmaker, the richest lawmaker in Liberia. You hearing me now? But Jion heard me now. Why you laughing for? Okay,
No,
so
go
I
ahead.
said
Yeah,
hello to all the panelists and hello to honorability. Hello to honorability. Okay. So I was hearing about BKF becoming independent, and I know BKF will not be independent because every panelist on this show has a side they are protecting or has some kind of interest, so that one part is not possible. The only thing is we will not put any party logo on BKF, we not wear the party t-shirt to come here, but every one of us we got one side that we can protect. Everybody got a side or different side. So independence for ourselves. Mohammed and Jesus will have a meeting, and they send some little guys from up there down here to come and be our panelists. Other than that, let's get the independence out. Will be factual.
Okay,
That
I'll hold you there.
I
I'll hold
agree
you there.
to
I'll
it.
hold
We
you
still
there.
will be factual.
Lorena, I'll hold you there for a
Let me
second.
end now because I
No.
lost thought. Let
No,
me
when
end.
it comes to the branding of the platform, we don't take that lightly. So let me clarify something.
But
So
I'm
I don't
saying
know.
the truth. So let me just end now.
No,
When I
I'm not
end, then
letting
you
that.
ignore to come.
No. When it comes to the integrity and the
Okay,
picture of our
my time has started, so go ahead. Talk.
yeah,
Finish talking now.
I'll give you all the time you want. So I don't know how you understood the word independent, right? So we have you from a different background who's from the VP camp, and you are legitimately a lawyer, member of the platform. We have Aman Bro from CDC. We have Garrison also from CDC. We have Sam who in and out, nobody know where he is. And we have different people. Yeah, but say today, tomorrow he's the ANC. So that's why we're independent. So we don't take side. We call it what it is. We report the news. We go after factual information. When the ruling party does wrong, we say it. When honorability does wrong, we say it. Mike Bloom, who's also a member of this platform, we report that on him. Any news we see it, we say it as is. So that's what we refer to as independent. If we were not independent, you won't be here giving your point. We'll be censoring what you say. We don't censor what you say. You say what you want to say. You ask anybody question what you want to ask. You push your side, and we let it go. And we disagree on ideas, and we push that. That's what they call independence in media. So for you to come on the platform and say we are not independent, I will take that as a affront to the platform. So you need to take that back. So you can go ahead and I'll give you your time to start from zero from the beginning.
This is what I said. I said I heard honorability talking about us being independent. I said for factual, yes, we can get a factual story, but each of us here, for example, somebody appear from the side I don't support if I'm the host, and the way I debunk or put check in to certain things that they're not supposed to say, I will not do on the other side. That's not independence. So, but factual, we try to be CEO. The truth thing I just said. So let me ask my lawmaker. And honorability, we got 2 health centers in the district. We got a Bound and the Second Peer Comprehensive Health Center. So finally, the president has signed the budget. He has become a law. What our health centers benefited, or what is sent to benefit in the 2026 budget? That's my first question.
Yeah, the organ increase. I want to use this time to thank Representative Don Glicker. He played a very important role in this process. Our hospitals that pretty much 20% increase. Secretary went back to where it was, where we brought it, and then so they did well. They gone back up. I hear you.
Larina, we're not hearing you.
So another thing.
We are not hearing you, Madam Lorena. I think you have to rejoin us.
Lorena, you're not coming on. But you just tell the VP to buy you one Starlink, because this is an important. The government, they don't want to get everything. If you buy you one Starlink, but if you want Starlink, you can cross over to CMC. Will buy it for you. Otherwise, let the VP buy the Starlink now. Because they can't keep using all the cheap internet, and then they enjoy there. You're struggling.
They will more correct and go. She can
take
still
exception to that because you are my
her correct and go. She can still be defending the LEC.
Yeah.
So we are not hearing.
That is Lorena doing that garrison there, and our sentence would be the armor then would be that because we don't want who struck me. But you operating the government, you start fully on, man.
So
tomorrow morning, I'll call it VP tomorrow morning and complain to him that if my citizen is working for him, she should have minimally a proper logistical representation. It can be struggling with internet and stuff like that. I will thank you. And if you give me a go ahead for you, I will do it.
If you are just joining us here tonight, I want to show you are listening to the Heat Hour.
I think Lorena is frozen, right?
Yeah, so we will hold Lorena there for now and go to the other panelist. Let's go to you, Sam. Sam is from the ANC, so let's hear Sam.
My CEO.
Yeah. Before you come in there, let me get you on your heads up there with you and Lorena. So our platform, that independent platform, yeah. So I don't know the definition of what she meant by we are not independent. From what I know, you'll correct me if I'm wrong. Independent platform is a platform that is not controlled by the government, that does not depend on the government for funding or anything of that sort. So BKS Foundation, BKS platform is an independent platform. I take that very seriously. That's the reason why I'm saying it, because I know how much work that I have put into this, how much resources I have put into this. For someone to come on this platform and say that, we are not independent, I take that as, very, very seriously. So we are not dependent. We are not dependent on the government. We are independent, which that means we sponsor ourselves.
Why on the government and have an opposition?
No, we don't depend on any opposition. Call one opposition in that we depend on.
That's the one depend on anybody with the government.
No, I'm giving you the textbook. I'm giving the textbook definition of dependent. I'm giving you the textbook.
Lorena, the CEO speaking.
Yeah.
Can I ask my second question? It was my turn. I went off to come back in.
Yeah, so I was in flight when you came. So I was giving the textbook definition of dependent media platform. We are not dependent media platform. We are independent because we are not dependent on government or any politician. We fund ourselves, our own operation. So I want that to be clear to you. So go ahead, Chief. Go ahead, boss lady.
So my second question to Honorability. You asked the question, but I think the same problem. I wasn't really hearing what was your answer. But we saw, and you didn't make a formal remark or statement concerning it. But when it comes from your political advisor, then it becomes you. So the issue involving Mark, Honorable Greenwald, and then the issue of the vehicle, and then all the posts that your political advisor made, it didn't seem to fit the story that Honorable Gombu tried to explain as what happened, because what your political advisor posted, I think he made 3 or 4 posts. So where do you stand? Because you and I were in the CPP when I used to be in the ANC, and we know one of the things that we fought with in the ANC is if you're having that internal fight, you can't go anywhere. And Sam is here saying no, it won't have it. ANC USA, ANC Global, ANC Midwest. That was a big thing that Mr. Cummings was not able to resolve up to today's day. I don't know whether it has been resolved, but up to the time I left, I was suspended my membership in 2022. It was unresolved. So with your political advisor saying one thing, and then another vice chair going saying one thing, where do you think?
Sorry that our guy from.
Are they playing music?
Yeah, sorry that the voice of Tabitha Food. I think they're having some technical issues there, but we're fixing it.
Somebody phone ringing. Hello?
Go ahead, Honorability.
Hello? Hello?
We hearing you.
Are you hearing us?
Yeah.
I can speak now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Arena, ask different question here. If a confusion you want to see our party, you don't see it. We'll be all right. Everybody have said their own. The party will sit down in how we will solve our problem. You one can cause confusion in our party so that you can come and take out the money. It's okay. What Goba say, what Mark what Mark said, what Goba said, what Party said.
I didn't even quote Mark.
Lorena, if you want me to answer your question, then you have to give me a chance to answer it.
No, I was saying I didn't quote Mark. I said Honorable Gompu and Honorable Armstrong. I didn't quote Mark because I didn't hear Mark talk.
Gompu, Gonti, Gon whatever, Goba Slepo, Musa Belete, all of us what we have said. I'm saying now, we are trying to deal with this thing amicably. We don't want to talk about it anymore. The internal affair now. It has been designated as an internal matter. So we're going to have our say again.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, I asked a question because it came outside to us.
Yes, so we not carry back inside.
Because your political advisor brought it outside to us, brought in chat room off.
You're sorry for bringing it outside to you. We not carry back inside. So
thank you. So Sam,
I'll deal with it from there.
Thank you, Honorability. Sam, let's hear you, Chief.
Okay. Good evening to everyone. Honorability, thanks for being here tonight. I know that at some point, I only have one question for you, but I know in 2017, I worked with you at the Liberty Party. In 2023, I worked with you with ANC's /CPP. I know who you are. I know you are one guy. When you say you will do it, you will do it. I like your courage. I like your enthusiasm, and I like your positive attitude towards issues. I hope that your efforts in Nimba County will not go in vain. You have been building, constructing roads in Nimba County, and I will pray that you reach to district number 4, Gbaibona specifically, to be able to help the people of Gbaibona. Having said that, Honorability, thank you for being here. The only one concern I have tonight is from our history, Liberia have enough of things that are happening in our country. And some of us saying down here, we were not able to enjoy our youth day because of civil war. We fled to another country, and in Ivory Coast, and today we are saying down here in America, hopefully we'll be returning home soon. When I see some of those things unfolding, and it concerns me, whether you're from Nimba, not from Nimba, whether you're from Grand Jide, it concerns me. Honorable Ability to Kodesho, where do you stand with the Supreme Court ruling, which I believe is contrary to our Constitution? Hey guys, it's contrary to our Constitution. It does not define our Constitution. Why it's true that I do not support somebody causing somebody's parents. I know he's a human being, and the law is the law, like you said. I quote from you. Honorable Ability to Kodesho, where do you stand in that ruling? You have the power, and you understand the Constitution regulation very well. Where do you stand?
So, first, on the comment, Cyrus, I've been in politics for a while now. When I set out to run for representative, I believe that even those who cared for me, many people did not think that I was going to make it. People felt that people were going to just allow me to do this for them, and in the end, I was going to lose. That did not happen. Nimbaians are different now. They are result-oriented people. The people with Nimba will respond to our gestures. Well, for Musa Bede now, it's not just gesture. It's 2 years of stewardship. It's going to be 6 years of stewardship. So they'll also judge me by what I've stood for and what I've represented Nimba for at the national level. The rest will leave it with nature to manage, but we'll continue to do what we think we should do for our people, because they are really hurting and they need relief. So, but thank you for wishing me well. We're all in the opposition, and hopefully, I'm sure our path will cross, and the rest will be history. On the issue of the Supreme Court, I've loved the law. I really love the law, and I'm happy that I've come to law school, and that has helped me. Even though I'm just in my second year, but it's really helped me to understand the law, the thinking of the law, and sometimes the perspective of the law. And thankfully, the school is very pragmatic, very modern. So we discuss also current events. The Supreme Court issue, I see it to be, if you look at the Constitution of Liberia, and it says, in the time of emergency, let's say health, like Ebola, whatever, to preserve the life of the population, the Constitution provides for the suspension of certain rights of the individual in order to preserve life and property. If you think about Prophet Key and you you create a mindset that is focused on one side of the law, you would think that the code is wrong. But the moment you begin to think on the other side of the law, which says where the right of one person ends, that of another person begins. I want to think about Prophet Key. Just close your eyes. And a young lady, maybe 18, sometimes our children, they can be on Facebook, 15, 16 years, and you're just flipping, and you run into Prophet Key, and he tearing through somebody's wife, somebody's mother, somebody's sister in the way. So if you see the court take action on him, and probably the process through which the court passed didn't satisfy your prescription of due process, but you should also consider the right of the hundreds of thousands of people, the thousands of men and women that Prophet Key has abused, and that this government had enabled him to abuse, and has done nothing about it. Abuse themselves, insult the president, insult the vice president, insult everybody, and yet they see him in the public, they cherish him, they welcome him. The court, and I put this is the focal point of my letter from Secretary tomorrow. If you see SARS, our governance system right now, we have 3 branches of government, 2 has failed. The legislature has failed. It does. The only thing the legislature does right now is appropriating bill, passing budget. But the issue of oversight has gone. The executive has failed. There is no law in any part of the world that will allow an individual to spew vulgarity in the way Prophet Key does, and then think that Prophet Key has right. What happened to the right of the innocent girls, the innocent family, that he continued to tear into, and he continued to abuse? Because the process the Supreme Court passed through, lawyers can debate it. And when lawyers have issues, that means there are always the right side, the left side, and the middle side. So, but how do you justify trying to uphold Prophet Key right to inflict injury on other people? One law, I don't see any law that should allow me, Musa Belete, just because it says I can say whatever I want to say, I should be insulting Arvin every day, and Arvin can't do anything simply because I have the right to insult him. What are the moral grounds for that? What are the legal grounds for that? I personally believe for the last 10 years, you may not like all of their rulings, you may not like all their decisions, but the only institution who has decided in this country, and that has been the end. There has been no revolt, political revolt, against any decision of the Supreme Court in this country, and that has kept our country stable. To come now because of the failure, because my brother, the Justice Minister, failed to protect our young children. when Prophet Key was on, how you call this, in Facebook, insulting. My brother, I dare not repeat the things that Prophet Key said. To our mothers, to our, all of us that are in politics, including me. They're very united party. Bro, Prophet Key to Seclepied, where my mother is from, and gave him a platform, and he cost my mom. So, I can understand our desire to uphold, but that individual, the moment you walk across your line of right and enter into somebody's mind, you cannot claim your right hand. You have lost your right to be free or speak freely, because it now goes towards injuring someone else. And the law says, which I have learned in school, that Cyrus Bali's right to speak does not extend to his right to speak to the extent of injuring Garrison Yellow. The moment it injures Garrison Yellow, then his right to speak has come to an end. And now it is Garrison Yellow's right to fairness and redress. So you go and insult the court. Joseph Boakai is hearing it. The Minister of Justice is hearing it. Everybody is hearing him insulting the court, insulting the court. The only thing we got right now in Liberia that we cannot afford to lose, no matter what you say about them. But you know one thing, when they make decision, we don't agree with it, we agree with it, we move on. If someone is threatening that now with misinformation, you have heard Pastor Kid a few days where he calling the people to go defend him because they're not him, and they are the people who can come to him and give him money and talk about this man. And now he go and talk about the man. You ain't got nothing personal with the man. He's doing it for the people. And now they need to go to the cabinet building to go defend him. That means he's being used as a mercenary to destroy our legal system. So, to the extent that the court acted to stop one man from further abusing thousands of other people, I am in 100% support of the court. I am happy that somebody finally stood up to Prophet Key, and our mothers can now sleep. My mother can sleep in her grave without being afraid of being further insulted. When Prophet Key and the other people look at our mothers and call them names, it has come to an end. Mothers will go to sleep. People will go to sleep. It has to end. George Weah is a different man. His attitude is different. So he insulted him. He didn't do anything. Joseph Boakai and his government created this man, allowed him to denigrate George Weah, and then get his own government, split his own government, insult one part and leave the other part, and now takes it to the Chief Justice and the court, not just the Chief Justice, the whole court. And I hear people talking about conflict. No, when you are being held in contempt, the judge who holds you in contempt is the judge who hears your case. So there's no issue of conflict there. Can somebody, I keep hearing, Prophet Key, they run against. Can somebody tell me how Prophet Key could have been stabbed for insult and injury? Insult is injury. I want people to know that. When they say free speech and the protection of free speech, it does not extend to free speech to cause injury. So can somebody tell me, when you say what happened to Prophet Key was wrong, what's supposed to happen now? The executive has capitulated to him. They are pandering to him. They are paying him. They are happy with him. When they want to insult somebody, they bring him to insult that person. Therefore, they cannot stop him. The legislature is afraid of him. He insult them, and the next day he go to the Capitol building, he wave his tail, they celebrate him. After two branches of government has capitulated to this man, the third branch decided not to do that. It decided to use its authority to silence him. This is the right thing. Without prejudice to the method used, because that is debatable. I'm not the best lawyer in the country. But all I know, I'm proud of Judge Bese. I'm proud of his boldness. And because of Judge Bese, few more women will not be abused tonight or tomorrow night or for the next 180 days. I'm happy for
Thank you. Thank you. I know that's not the answer my big brother Cyrus wanted, but I mean, he had to accept it. We just move on with the show. But Ability, I want to make a follow-up question to that before we go to the other panelists. And I want to bring this to your attention. You're a law student, a lawmaker, and you have the authority right now to correct the wrongs here. Article 74 of the 1986 Constitution says the power of imposing penalty for criminal contempt lies within the legislature. Notwithstanding, there have been no law on the book or any other penalty for contempt, according to Article 74. You guys have not made the law yet for the punishment. But the Supreme Court took upon themselves and sentenced Prophet Key to 6 months in prison. I want you to take this to the legislature. You are not in any way supporting Prophet Key action, but I think we need to have law on those things so that the Supreme Court will not be going above, or any other court will not be going above and beyond when it comes to punishment. Can you give us your word tonight on this Article 74?
The article gave responsibility to the legislature.
Mm-hmm.
The legislature abdicated its responsibility. And that brings what? Confusion. The same Constitution says, where there's confusion, where we go? Garrison? To the Supreme Court to clarify. The law, the Constitution already says contempt is punishable. And then it says the legislature shall prescribe that punishment. That's all. So someone commits a contemptuous act and has been charged for contempt, right? Then you want the Supreme Court to wait now so that the legislature, this incapacitated legislature, can go and pass a bill and set the cap for contempt before it can. I know anytime there is no answer, anytime there is confusion, the very Constitution that is what they give the Supreme Court the power to define and to answer in the way that it wants to answer. And the only way to change that is for the legislature to make. So the Supreme Court could say, well, the framer did not think about 5 years, 1 year, 6 years, 30 days. We don't know how much the legislature going to put there. Maybe he said they will make 1 year. Maybe they will make 30 days. But they haven't done anything like that. So therefore, we'll make our own until they can follow 71, and then we all will follow that. And remember, if the legislature make a law today, there's another provision in the Constitution that says laws are not retroactively imposed or enforced. So Prophet Key will not benefit from that because his action has been committed, the court has acted on him, and if the United Party people, they get legislature, if they run on Monday and pass a bill and go to the Senate and pass a bill, and then it will not affect Prophet Key because another article in the Constitution say the laws are not retroactively applied. So this is a Constitution. The Supreme Court did a part. The legislature did not do a part. They have abdicated several things, including this. Imagine since 1986, no clean court. The very Constitution say we should set a clean court where citizens can take the government complaint to that court. They have not set it up. Another one, they say we should pass law to determine how the president of the Republic of Liberia can be determined to be fit. The president's fitness shall be prescribed by the legislature. They haven't done that. Impeachment. Cabinet General was impeached wrongly because the legislature should have established a bill of impeachment. And so, Garrison, they have a lot of obligations that they have failed to live with. So how do you want, but the Supreme Court gave, the Constitution gave the Supreme Court any place in the Constitution where there is confusion, you interpret it. That's what the Constitution say. You look for it and put it on. It says anywhere where there's confusion about the intent, the meaning, and the interpretation of the Constitution, the Supreme Court shall be the only place where that interpretation will be given. So the Supreme Court probably said, oh, what a court, man, the legislature must get at least 6 years. At least 6 months. What will you say? You cannot say anything. Go and pass the law and let the Supreme Court, and as soon as you pass that law, the Supreme Court will follow it. Because that's what the law says.
Thank you. So you guys in the legislature, you got some little challenge, and I believe that through your advocacy, you guys can work on that because you mentioned a lot here tonight, from the impeachment bill, the procedure of impeachment to criminal contempt, all of these things. It might be Prophet Key today, it will be other people tomorrow. So we don't want to be found in the system where a Chief Justice will have his personal feeling or a judge will have that personal feeling to imprison someone based on that personal feeling without the law. They could have said 10 years to Prophet Key, or they could have given a less time to Prophet Key because the law is not. Yes, sir.
Have you seen the ruling?
Yeah, I saw a glance of it.
The ruling was signed by 5 judges.
Mm-hmm.
In the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice does not have any extra judicial authority. Garrison, without any prejudice to the qualification of any one of us here, Garrison is a lawyer. He can elaborate on that.
Thank you.
If you don't have it, it's I think I read it on one of the I think Amara Cornell, he posted it. All 5 of them signed. So to put it on one person is not true. And he did not write that. He did not write that ruling. And Garrison know that too. When the people decide that we'll do this, they give it to one person. And that one person is the person who will read it. The person who will write the opinion is the person who reads it. So that opinion was written by Justice things at locally because she
Correct.
ready.
Correct.
So
Thank
at
you.
the end
We'll
of
go
the
to
day,
Ama.
when we are going, I beg you, because Junior, we are from Nimba. You see, Nimbayan, the very prophet today was insinuating that it's not good to get, I think yesterday, Nimba made power because the Labran poor, you must be careful, Nimba poor, you're not getting power. So we don't want people to think that you're busy and loom poor prophet he needed 3 persons to sign, all 5 of them signed. That means the entire court supported. So it's not just him. And he was not cited by Yami Bisi. He was cited by the full bench of the Supreme Court. Really, someone that went to him. So
thank you.
Let's
Thank you. Very, very much understood there. Let's go to Ama. Ama, you can ask your 2 questions. Ama is from the CDC. And after Ama, we'll go to DK and then the CEO will close up on. Then we stay for the post-analysis.
Thank you, Gina. Let me say good evening to the legendary counselor and veteran lawmaker, Honorable Gary C. Dode Yelu.
Thank you.
Sir Musa Hassan Belated, we salute you, our honorable CEO, and good evening to everyone on the show. Honorable Musa Belated, let me appreciate you for answering that questions I have to do with Prophet Key, and let me appreciate you for that answer. People like Opa Yezian are character that should be referred to as people then like Eastern Fire that they are talking about, those pedophiles in a very civilized society, people like that, it will be difficult for any politicians to come publicly to take photo, to have images for them to even go in their offices and then they be going live because they are destroyers of society, they are bad influence on the society. In a very civilized society, people will distance themselves from those individuals. But unfortunately for us in this country, we are growing a culture of immorality, where people who insult people who destroy our society are the people that are being celebrated and hailed. This man worked in the office of the Minister of Information. He move and take photo with even senators, lawmakers, and everybody in the government. That clearly shows that his attitude of using invectives on Liberian women have been celebrated and supported by this administration. That is so much frustrating. And to safeguard our society, to safeguard our nations, to protect the moral values that we so cherish, I think in the wisdom of the Supreme Court, they came in as the only beacon of hope to restore order, law, and order in this country. And I think the Supreme Court did the right thing. We have the discussion, in my opinion, I always been this thing. But this is my question to you on Musa Hassan Belete. We followed recent BKS published lawmaker of Nimba and other places. Overwhelmingly 95% of the people in the opinion pool voted you. And they refer to you as the best lawmaker of the country. And even in the legislatures as whole. And people see you going with yellow machine and other constituents within the country. They are somehow jealous that why Musa Belete is not our lawmaker. But my questions to you here is this, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete. We stay within the other positions, we are in the oppositions. And for every time that we hear people being recruited, we follow you in again in Grand Chile County. We see district and youth leaders of the Congress for Democratic Change have been recruited and mobilized. Some I can even call their name. For the CMC, we as an opposition community is just like we have a goal, a target to target this. But when we look, we that we fighting everyone all that we have a target to go. Our other friend that everyone are having a fight, he is not recruiting from people from the other side. He just recruiting for all. It's becoming very scary for opposition and the opposition community. And for many times I will have those discussions, we have it. Anytime Musa Bolete moved into Grand Chile, you see the CDC district coordinator, women leaders, they are all joining on the CMC and leaving the CDC. Are you not weakening the opposition? What say you on Musa Bolete?
First, let me agree with the point you made regarding Prophet Key. I agree with you. He's been enabled by the legislative branch and executive branch of the government, and the judiciary took the right thing. Nobody else was doing anything. You know, nobody was doing anything. On the recruitment, the statement you just made, it will still not stop me from coming after you. That's just what I want to tell you. The statement you made, it will still not make me give up from coming after you. I'm still coming after you. You see, look, what I'm saying to members of the opposition is that when you're going to come back to fight United Party, you cannot. Look, the thing that was in power and United Party move it, that thing in my mind does not have the capacity to remove United Party. You gotta bring something different, something new that will make a new sense. That's why I keep telling the opposition, rally around the CMC so that you can bring vigor, new look. See, there are some of the weaknesses of the opposition. They cannot even properly restructure their own party. Chief, when you go to election and you lose election anywhere in the world, everybody that in power is supposed to give power away. For new breed of leaders to come to inject new thing in the party. But I'm hoping that the CMC phenomenon will listen. The opposition is the only one that will move the United Party. And when it sees one opposition party doing what it wants to see, it will go there. The good thing, Ama, thank God they are not going to the UP. So don't worry. It's the same family. The thing is, our position is empower us. Today, I can say it, even though it's not the best thing to say. But without the CMC in the government tone, there will be no opposition in Liberia right now. It shouldn't be like that. The biggest opposition in Liberia is CDC. They should be all over the place. They should have resources. After 6 years in government, you should have resources to keep your party going. And etc. and other parties. CMC is keeping opposition. You need to compensate all for that. If it's not for us, there will be no real opposition in Liberia. We are taking the leadership of the opposition. Come and support us. I'm happy. No opposition moving towards United Party. You come, you look at United Party, you look at CMC, you join CMC. That's the opposite. That means the mind of the majority is made up against United Party. I want you to see the people coming from CDC or people coming to CMC. Remember CMC in their job? Besides our development we don't have money to give people, and yet the government get job, they get money, and the people choose not to go to them because it is their hope that somehow the CMC will gather the necessary momentum so that Liberal people can get power. So don't worry about it. Nothing. No, anybody that come from your party and go to the party, that's the one that should worry. But it's a net zero when you leave the CMC. I mean, just imagine, Amma. That means if we were not around, what will coming happen? They will move to Unity Party. So we continue to absorb the shocks. We'll continue to get more people, and most likely we'll get it from the opposition. And then we want you to try us. Chief, let's try something new. Let's tell Liberal people that we'll do it differently. Support the CMC. Let's have a power sharing government. We'll be very magnanimous. We'll give you everything you want, and this government will be based on professionalism, meritocracy, and an open and transparent system of governance where tribe will not matter. Chief, look at our example. Don't take that for granted. When CDC goes to Grand Jide, it has a backlash in Nimba. When Unity Party goes to Grand Jide, it has a backlash in Nimba. And so CMC goes to Grand Jide, come back, nothing but excitement. We are a symbol of unification. Nobody feels threatened with our presence. Nobody feels like our presence is going to cause any trouble. So we want you, Amma, that's something different. Not the thing that Unity Party defeat. I want you to know this, and I'm saying this, and I'm very happy you brought this question. I don't believe, Chief, when you have power, everything that comes with power. Am I from Nima? Do you know during the election, CDC Paul Water were being arrested and jailed in Nimakante? Why CDC running the government?
Seriously?
Yes. I am guaranteed they're asking, you know what I'm talking? I mean, the government, the CDC government was literally overthrown in Nima. The entire government structure turned against it. This is fact. The second round of election, I never forget when I went to vote, there was only one pool watcher. Guess where the party the pool watcher come from? Unity Party. In your saying. So what I'm saying is, give it to me. Come get me that support. I will turn this country upside down and give you a Liberia that will be the envy of the world, where education will be free, where healthcare, primary healthcare will be free, where the Nimba people will get 30% of the money that comes from that mountain. The government share, if the government of Liberia getting 100 million, Nimba County will make sure they get 30 million. That's what the law says. We will fight for that. We'll fight for Nimba. We don't have to be begging as we are. So it's up to the opposition. Come to me. Empower me. Let me take this charge to you, the party. I can bring that down. But the UNMP playing on the game too long. They know all your moves. They know when you can do your stringer. They know when you can do your linking. They know every move you're going to for us. They don't know. We are the sharks in the water. We know how to navigate.
But Amma, you heard the president parable he gave where he said Ghana making new land again. They have to utilize the existing land. So I think the same thing applies to CDC.
By the way, Amma, that's as President Baker said. The memo you're talking about, I can create two memos.
But I begin new opposition member now. You gotta go for the existing one. Dickie, I think it's over to you.
Okay. There come my second question. Thank you for the answer, Honorable Musa Hassan Bilete. We appreciate you for that answer. But this is my second question. You are proving to be a political leader of the opposition who cut across the 15 counties, because you have footprint everywhere. We are seeing your yellow machine right now, even in Lofa, in the home of the Unity Party. We are seeing you moving in the Western Bill, like Bapolo. We are seeing you in Bon County. If today there is a discussion for Musa Hassan Bilete to serve as the running mate to President George Manneh, the province of Awia, will you accept or reject?
I will reject. I will reject because I did not get into this business.
For the record, Musa Hassan Bilete, will you reject a running mate to President Awia?
When you ask the question, let me answer now.
Let me deliberate on it, Amma. Amma, if you, by the way, anyway, let me keep down. I will reject. And you're not the first person to ask me this question, and my answer has been the same. I did not form a party simply because I want to be vice president. I want to be president. What I said, and I want to repeat it, is that the opposition can get together and have an understanding and say, in 2 years, nobody can, the wind that I'm flying with now, the trajectory that I have now, I cannot break that with any collaboration. I'm destroying myself. 2 years from now, I want you to listen to me. 2 years from now, when I shall have been all over the country, when I shall have been everywhere, our principles, the thing we stand for, our program, our manifesto, everything shall be heard in all the tribes and everything, that we shall have contacted the entire country. I said to the opposition, at that point, let's go outside. Let's get an international pool posters that will come and get the opinion of the Liberian people. That in the opposition, which of the opposition leader has the capacity, the qualification to be an effective president? I didn't say who is popular. I said who you think is efficient, capable, qualified, experienced to be effective president. If that answer does not take me, I will accept the result. I can't do that now. I don't believe I've done sufficient work. I believe any attempt today to say CMC and somebody will join is an attempt to destroy the CMC. I will never be a part of that. I am still building a party. 2 years from now, I believe that I can measure out with anybody, and the best opposition leader, the most qualified, the most competent, the most appropriate person, we shall get together and choose that person, and that outcome is acceptable to me.
Thank you.
Thank you, DK. I think it's over to you now. Your 2 questions.
Thank you, Chairman. My 2 questions will be fast. I will not be beating around the bush like the CDC, the 2 CDC men on the show. you are, Amma. The one you go over, the one you go produce human being there for Nigeria first before you recruit for your party. My first question is, there's a rumor that the machine that is in Bo around Zuople have been stopped by the government. Do you have any information? What's the status of the operation in Bo? Can you please speak about that to us,
No,
please?
what is going on? Nothing has been stopped. Nema is a country that love development. They don't. No. Mm-mm.
Great. Thank you, Chairman. Like I said, I will be fast, so I will not give you headache. My next question is, recently there was an opinion poll conducted on Spoon FM, and the ruling party came first, CDC second, and I think you came distant fourth. During the opinion poll, there were no callers on ground in Liberia in particular to call and support you. The only callers that called in support of you were people who call from the diaspora. I see that as the former party that you manage as chairman, the ANC. The ANC had all their support base in the diaspora, and they could not have somebody on ground to really do their work. And I've seen you all over the country doing a lot of recruitment, doing a lot of work. Are the people that you have on ground really working on your behalf, or they only expect you to do more? Because there were zero caller in Liberia to support you. The only people that called to support you were people from the diaspora. What can you do differently to improve the relationship back home so that the work you are doing, you will capture the victory that is needed, because you are putting a lot of resources, you are recruiting a lot of intellectuals, but apparently most of them are doing Facebooking and they are not actually working on your behalf. Why you think is the problem, and why you think you can improve? Thank you.
Oh, DJ, let me say this. I don't want to cast any expression on the guys who carry the pools. The information we have, we did a review the next day. More than 50 individuals called. Their calls were not going through. We don't know what was going on. Chief, the delusion that the Unity Party is on right now, for anybody to make them to feel that in the pool they won, something got to be wrong with them. For CMC to say there was a 30-minute call in the Republic of Liberia and not a single person call, I want you to go back to that program and check the messages. I beg you. Check the messages and see the complaints in the messages. So while the program was going on, while the calls were going on, check the messages. People were calling. Say, we're not getting through. We don't know what to do. So I don't want to accuse anybody of doing anything, but that same radio station, Spoon, 1 month ago, made a poll and put us at number 3. And in close proximity with the Unity Party, not even the CDC. So it's okay. We're working on the ground. Like I said, DK, in Liberia, when I was running it last time, only me and my wife believe in what we're doing. Even our family, people were afraid. Not that they didn't want us to, but they were afraid. We believe in what we're doing. The result will come, and it will come 2029. All of these things you see, so is because we're creating panic. And the momentum that we have, they want to break it. But how do you break the momentum of someone like Musa Bilete? You can't do it. You know where we've been. You know what we've been and where we are now. No. Chief, things like this, I'm hoping that, you see, Avi, all of us should not succumb ourselves to the same thing. Pull your pool. Do your pool. Announce your pool and do it. Open it in Nimba, in Bon, in the part of the country that you got. I challenge you. Then you will know where we are. Guess what? Leave the telephone. Get in your vehicle and go across Nimba County. Yeah, you will hear from the real people, not any kind of machination, and let them tell you what they're thinking. You hear from them. You will tell them today. Call Musa Beledeni. Call whoever need want to tell. I say if there was election tomorrow, who will you vote for? I guarantee you, I will not be in any position more than number 1 or number 2. We've done well. What we did last year, we'll triple it this year, and we'll quadruple it the following year. And then, whether or not there's a coalition, we will assess our work in 2027 December. And that will determine our next course of action.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful conversation with you. Before we take leave of you, this question that DK asked, I would like to ask a follow-up to that. With the entire counties you visited in Liberia, which one do you think is your stronghold for now?
Obviously, Nimba. Let me tell you about Nimba. No, I can't tell you about Nimba. I can't disclose my Nimba strategy on the phone. But Nimba,
you want to give your strategy out, eh?
No. I said my Nimba strategy.
That Nimba strategy.
Besides Nimba, our strongest points are Montserrado and the Western Belt, and then Lower Nova. Those places I tell you, we have conducted our own pool, physical pool. We brought a real entity. If you hear election in Montserrado today, CMC will get 30% of the vote there. In the Western Belt, nobody comes close to CMC. 45, 55, 60 in the Western Belt, 3 counties. Lower Bon County, not Bon County, Lower Lofa, we trump everybody there. If you ask me today, those are our position of strength.
Thank you very much.
I can't disclose my position in Nimba for obvious reasons.
Thank you very much for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful conversation with you on our ability. We appreciate you for always taking upon your time to be here. Somebody told me that the reason why on our ability unveiling is set to you guys is because you want to be president. But once the election is over, you will not be unveiling yourself anymore. And I told the president, we are not to see that.
Check. I have changed as a lawmaker. You see, I'm telling you, hold us to our records. If you're going to vote for a man today, hold him to what he did yesterday. I've been 2 years as a lawmaker. I said, I'm not detached from my people. In fact, now as I speak to you now, in the next 5-10 minutes, my wife is almost in Secretary, trying to make sure that this week my office is ready so that I can even get much more asset. A development is going on in my district right now as I'm speaking to you. Blue Valley Road has been reconditioned. The road from Secretary through Bonplay to Bay Pier has been reconditioned. The Bound Road is going to start to be reconditioned or next week. I am still working for my people. That's what you're going to do. You're going to hold me back. You're not going to be holding me back in the other thing. If I become president of Liberia, I will live where I'm living now in Secretary.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Junior, one quick question, I beg you. One quick question, just to clear the air real quick. I won't be long. Honorable Brady, there has been a serious concern on some of my friends who are gravitating towards you. They have been concerned about you. Another sedition, and at the end of the day, you will support CDC. You are no different from CDC. Can you please clear the air? Maybe when they ask me tomorrow, even though conversation, I would say he said he's not part of CDC and whatever. Thank you.
I appreciate those people, but that information is designed by the Unity Party. That information is designed by them, and that's what they have used against me throughout my political life. From 2021, when I became Liberty Party, when I became Liberty Party chairman, they said I was a CDC supporter. Every time I get stronger, Unity Party only war against me is that I'm supporting CDC. Now that I am trying to solicit CDC support, Unity Party want me to say negative thing towards CDC so that CDC can think negatively about me. CDC is an opposition party. I am an opposition party. We have one goal, that to move you in power. So therefore, if what I've done as a representative, as a politician, please judge me by that. Don't judge me by what the people say about me. Judge me by, it's easier, it's cheaper, and it's manageable to go directly to John CDC, carry everything I have, and tell John we are. John, maybe you're running mate, and then let's move forward. That's cheaper. That's easier than forming a party, But I want CDC support, and therefore I will not say anything negative against the CDC. This is a question designed by the Unity Party. They put it in good people's mind so that they ask me those questions so that I can say, me, I can never work with CDC. And then you can't say you can work with it, man. Then in the evening, you go to that same man that says, support me. The man will say, oh, the last time you were not listening to yourself, you say you can't work with me. It is a strategy. I took all in the thing for some of them to do that to me. I will not do it. CDC is an opposition party, and we will collaborate together, and we will make sure the right candidate will represent the opposition. I believe I am that right candidate. I believe I'm that right candidate if we sit down and do it properly. But to say, oh, I will not work with it, no. My positions as a politician is known a bit embedded in my work as a lawmaker. When CDC do wrong, I come out and say it. But I'm not CDC running the government. The Unity Party running the government. What thing I gotta go say against CDC? Nothing.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here today on Ability. CEO, before we take leave of the guests, you got anything to say there shortly?
No, just the same thing. Thank you so much for always being available to come on the show. I mean, like you said from the start, there was just a very short notice, and you came on, you accepted it. I'm reading a comment here that made me to laugh. Someone said, "Hey, my Spoon family." Basically, what that means is people that are taking us to be. We are doing well. We are doing great. We have people like Ability on the show. We have all these great panelists on the show. We are being, highly followed tonight, and it's because of you. So thank you so much for always willing to come on the show to make this work. We appreciate you, and we look forward to hosting you and everyone else again in the future.
Thank you.
So I beg you, before you go on Ability, Yaga Koluba is watching us tonight.
I mean, I get started that fake account though.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that fake
now,
account.
there is someone sent me this from Yemen. They said, please let Honorability know that we, the people of Yemen, needs his intervention in reconstructing our school and our roads project here in Yemen. So that's it there. you can respond to that.
And then who of my political advisor?
Yeah.
We'll fix it. You know, I can play with Goba business. I will fix it.
And you know, I forgot to add something that I think Sis Lorena will agree to this particular statement I'm about to make, and most people here would do. You know, BKS was founded by he and myself, one of my friends who is the late Dante Dan. He was one of the brains behind this organization. Unfortunately, he passed. He's from Zwople. So when I saw your development, your yellow machine in Zwople today, and I knew you were coming to show, I wrote this down. I wanted to say thank you for that because it brought a lot of memory to me. It brought by a lot. In fact, his name he had on Facebook was Dante Zwople is my home town. He loved his home so much. He loved that town so much. So seeing your developmental initiative extending there, seeing your yellow machine Zwople today, like I said, everyone on the platform that knows Dante will agree with me that, you know, we'll say thank you so much for that. So you can give your parting comment.
I am happy that we continue to change the dynamics. I believe that the Nimba people will judge us by our record, by the things that we did with what they entrusted us with. Whatever they gave us, which is power, what we do with it is what they will judge us about. Tribalism, you know, division will not help. And I'm happy. Look, CEO, I'm telling you, I was very emotional yesterday when I saw how the people reacted to that yellow machine. When I saw the picture, I was very emotional. I have been working now for 3 years across the country. I've never seen anything like that. And I'm more than happy. And we'll fix that rule until we can take power and put quota there. We'll continue to fix it. And every year we'll fix it, and that rule will not go back. We'll take power, put quota there. All major roads in Nimba County will have quota. We'll bring quota company into station in Nimba and fix Nimba and make all the school in Nimba free. We have the money. And the way you do it, it's not magic. All the public schools, accredit them, make sure they are in good shape, and then the number of students enter there, give the school the money to run the school. Let every Liberian have a national ID card that is good to take them to clinic. The hospital can swap it and treat them, and the school can swap it and treat them. You guys are in America. One card, Social Security card, does everything for you. You know what I'm talking about. We'll introduce the same to the Liberia so that people can have access to education, health, and rule. And then you will see how Nimba will grow. The first 100 days, Nimba County will have their own bank. 100 days, there will be a bank. It's not hard because we already got a bank in the country. Why are they not having branches? Why? Why should you just take banks in Ghana and things like in Nimba? Capital is there. Secretary is there. Company is there. Bam. These cities should have, even San Nicolas, they don't have a bank. I think they have only one bank there. Shouldn't be like that. We'll fix that, change Nimba fortune, and change the living condition of our children and our family, and bring better and change our image. Change our image. This country, Liberia, believes that we Nimba people, we're just here to grab. So we need to explain ourselves to the rest of the country. We need to move beyond the Kavala River, St. John River, to come to Bon County and explain ourselves to the rest of the Liberia and make sure that Nimba is seen as a positive force. That's our mission. That's our goal. That's our vision. And we want you to join us to make that vision become a reality. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here tonight, Chief.
Thank you, sir.
And so that was the voice of Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, the political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change, and also the representative of Electoral District 7, Nema County. Honorable Belete says he wants to be the president of Liberia comes 2029. So therefore, he's facing all of his barrier to become president of Liberia. As always, we stay on the show for the post-analysis. We'll start with Mana Lorena, since our network is giving problem. After that, we go to Sam to DK to Garrison, daughter Yellow Jr., and then my brother Amma, the CEO. But CEO, before we go to Mana Lorena, let's hear you. What's your take on the show tonight?
No, I think it was a great show. As always, we come here, we share ideas, we agree to disagree. Thanks to all our followers, we've had, I think, the historic number of YouTube followers tonight. If you guys follow the comment section, you'll see a lot of folks following us on YouTube. We want to say thank all of you for that. And the folks following us on Facebook, we say thank you so much. Please do a favor, go on our page, BKS TV page, and like our page. Follow our page for more updates and more news. So I think that's all I have to say. Thanks to all our followers, everyone on here, Honorable Yelu, my brother Saros, I'm on CDC Brook, and obviously my B6. If you notice, I call B6, I can't call about me, I call sis. So we'll go along with, and to my B6 Lorena. So thank you guys so much. I can't call DK name because that man, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So before we go to Mana Lorena, I want to say this, and maybe she can respond to that. Earlier on, she tried to brand us as not independent platform. And this is not the first time that I personally have been receiving this kind of messages. Every time we post something on our platform that maybe comes from the opposition, a lot of them consider it to be we are opposition people. People have called me before to threaten me. I've remembered on a couple of occasions. I think one of them has to do with a news that I wrote about the current minister when he came to Rwanda. When he left, he went by Liberia, he called me direct to say things that he was not supposed to say. What I want to say here in short is that this is a political show. We all have our political differences. We came from a diverse political background. But in as much as the platform is not associated with any other political institution or political individual, we are very independent. The Garrison that is on here, we roasted Garrison before. We roasted Mark Bloom before. Almost all of those in Nema politics, one way or the other, we've praised them, we've gone after them. In our minds, we are so balanced, but to other people, we are not. When we bring Unity Party people here, they praise us. As soon as they leave, we bring opposition on the show, they castigate us. When we bring Unity Party people on the show too, opposition castigate us. I think this is a sign that we are moving on. And for me, we will not change our way of reporting, except it is wrong. But the way we are reporting, I don't see any other issue with that. And if something happened today, we will come after you no matter who you are to us, whether you are a partner to us, we will still come after you. So if you believe we do that because we are opposition platform, so be it, and let it be. We will still report our news that we see them to be, Mana Lorena. And the rest of the people listening to us, those of you who can call me personally and say, Jion, if you not be careful, we'll do this, we'll do that. Go ahead. You can do whatever you want to do. But remember, we are all from Nema County. Just as you think that you can come after somebody, believe that that person too will still come after you. But when it comes to our profession on this show or on this platform, we are very independent. The opposition in Liberia, they can bear me witness to that. The opposition can bear me witness to that. This platform have never taken a dime before from any other individual for any other reason to say we want to support you on that. Now, if we write you for a project, you respond to that, fine. But if you don't respond to it again, fine. So if those maybe 1 or 2 cement you contributed to our radio station project, you consider it to be us being in position or opposition, that's not the case. We are trying to build an independent media institution in Lima. And I will stop here. Ana Lorena, let's hear you.
Okay, so the issue of the media and the platform being independent or not, I don't want to dwell into it much, but I'm going to say this thing about it.
Well, she's gone. Malorina, we're not hearing you. I think you can rejoin us. Sam, let's go over to you, Chief.
All right. Thank you, folks. Thank you, Garrison, Arvin Jr. Thank you. Lorena is still struggling. Thank you. Are you back? But it was a great show. It was a great show tonight. Even though Musa did not address my question, answer my question, but that's okay. You know,
the way you wanted it.
I want it.
Yeah, the way you wanted
it. You know, and the way it should be answered. But I understand the sentiment from Musa as well. You know, I know Musa for a long time. Prophet Key has once again at some point ring insult on his mom as well. So I don't really expect him to be on the side of the other way around.
And then, sorry, let me help you there to that point, right? That's why I made that comment yesterday. I say Mike Tyson had a saying that says everyone feels they're okay until they get hit in the mouth. So if you're not a victim, you look at it from a different. You may not, be able to speak to it from folks that have been victimized by it.
Yeah, but he was spinning it towards the Unity Party, which I a little bit disagree. Prophet Key became relevant when you were in Morocco. At that time, there was no Unity Party. CDC was in position, so CDC Prophet Key was a supporter of Mara, was a supporter of CDC. So after everything went wrong, from the beginning, I'm telling you, man, from the beginning, he supported George Weah from the beginning. But whatever went wrong, he started, cussing, and then later on, he became relevant. People started supporting him from everywhere. But however, it was a great show. Musa present here is good. I love the way he takes his politics on a different level. Constructing the bush roads in our area. I love that. I hope that he will go to my hometown. He will go to God Play and all the places, and he connect some roads on that time from there to your Goma Play and all those places.
He can do that, but you gotta join him. You can't be on the side hitting the man.
No, I'm not hitting on him. I just, no, I'm not hitting the man. I'm a Kakura Kuto son now. So, it's good to have fun sometime. But it was a good show. Thank you. We'll see
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Council, take us home, Chief.
Yeah, thank you so much. The show was good. But Gian, thank you for bringing Lorena to the spot. That perception that we are not independent is not true. It's far-fetched. The first thing is that on this show, you have CDC, Unity Party, AMC, CMC, everybody having their opinion here. If this show was not independent, you say, okay, with CDC, we need to stick to CDC issue. The show that are not independent in this country, when you see CDC business, they are here for CDC. Those who for ANC, they for ANC. Those who for Unity Party, they for Unity Party. But the show is balanced. It's for everyone. So for us to be talking today, the show is not independent. I don't think is actually, the show is independent because we have people from diverse backgrounds coming here to exercise their political rights. That's what independent is. If the show was not independent, maybe if that was a Unity Party show, you just stick to Unity Party issue, promote Unity Party, say all the things about Unity Party. So in my mind, I think at times when we, the panelists, we come out here and we project a picture that our critics are trying to use against the platform, is not good. And like I told Avin once, I said, look, your father in 1990, I followed him a whole lot. And I remember I couldn't speak the Geo good when we came from Yeke Park and we're in Vingley, but every night when he was trying to have that show on EABC or EAWA with it in down and conjuring our people with parable and all those stuff, I began to really admire him until when his voice went silent, we heard about his death. And for his son to even come and think about bringing a show that have an appetite of him, I think it's a great thing for us to do. But I think on the average, the show was good. And it just tells us back what we have been saying here all of the time. If you go to the comment section, you will see everybody asking honorability to carry machine to their area. The fact that whether they are sincere or not, it shows one thing, that this government is not doing well. The government is reactive, they are not proactive. The first thing is, look at someone said, we beg him his ability to face the road from Campley going to Mount Diablo to Bopley. But when the election was coming, Unity Party ran that road, they said they were facing that road. Where have you reached now? The people, nothing else they will want to do but to react to people activities. And the mere fact that in the comment section, you see people calling honorability all over, that should not be the work of honorability opposition, because the money this government is using is not their personal money. When President Bouaka was in opposition, he was not carrying on project. Let's be honest, honorability has brought a new dimension to our body politics. When they are saying, when President Bouaka was in opposition, he was not doing project, he was just talking, criticizing. That is a fact. Today, he in government, and they make it to look that the money they're using, it is their personal money. It's not their personal money. I said this about CDC before. I'm a sedition. I'm an executive member of the CDC. Me make it clear here. But when it comes to NEMA business, I don't play with it. The honorability said there were a lot of issues in NEMA. Some of us, we were ransacked. And like he said, to nothing go, at least one of the things we have said, people listening, and honorability is saying the same thing. I was almost killed on October 8th because I only went to close the CDC campaign on Radio Can. Thank God to have, I'm from Vingley, and the people of Vingley and my uncles in Campley came to my rescue. That's how chaotic the area was looking at in 2023, even though we were in government. But it was like the people were going after us. We know what happened with the election. And like honorability said, we're not going to expose the strategy. You know, when you're doing project, you analyze the project and know where you have your shortcoming. And when you know the shortcoming, you work to also correct the shortcoming. And I think in the CDC, we have identified the problem that having to be with NEMA, and we think we will resolve it and know exactly what approach when it comes to the 2029 election. But on the average, I think the show is doing well. The opposition doing well because the mere fact that everybody calling to say, we beg you, or honorability can, it shows to us that the government is doing nothing. They boast of 1.2 billion, but our people are still buying medicine. They boast of 1.2 billion when we don't have drugs in the clinics. They boast of 1.2 billion when the roads are not. Let me tell you, how can you boast of 1.2 billion and you say you're bringing yellow machine? And the Ministry of Public Works, the ongoing project and all of the project, their budget is in 100,000. But to maintain the 285 pieces of machine annually, you need close to 100 million. As former employee of Public Works, I have done the math. Just to maintain that machine for 1 year, you need close to 100 million. So it's just a flow show. My brother, we were at the Ministry of Public Works, usage, the donors went and told us we don't have the money to be fixing roads, to maintain machines. What we can do, let's subcontract and give the contract out. The High Speed Public Works giving all of the contract out. But before then, we had all of the machines there. Usage brought machine, they brought Caterpillar, bulldozer, dump trucks, everything, motor grader, everything you think about, compactor, everything. I was the director of fleet at the Ministry of Public Works. So I was managing all of the yellow machines at the ministry. We have close to 100 pieces of machine there. We never had the money. Fuel alone in 1 year time, we needed close to 100 million for fuel. We never had the money. And at the time we're talking about Liberia, we're getting all of the donor support. You give public well 100 million, you think you can maintain yellow machine. It's just a flow show. The flow show. And the mere fact we sit here and people call on Roberto, call him on Roberto. Why do you think they can't call the vice president? They get the government. Some people call him on Roberto, cancel. They should be ashamed though. The mere fact that you are in government, your people don't even trust that you can deliver to them, and they are calling the opposition, whether it's in good faith, it shows the sign of weakness on the part of the government. And that we have said over and over, this government got no project in Nema in the last 3 years. They cannot, and I have challenged them. Let them show one single project that they have done groundbreaking for. I'm not talking about project that CDC will carry on, their own project in Nema County. Unless maybe they start this year. And that is not what they robbed and took the 155,000 by force vote of the people there. So thank you guys for the show. And let us, with the panel, understand that what we say out there is very much important. You cannot be a panel.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Thank you to all of our followers. Those of you who have been watching us on Facebook and YouTube, we want to say thank you for following. And those of you too who are listening to us on Voice of Tapata, Truth FM in Sekla PM, Voice of BKS in Butu Town, I want to say thank you also for following the show tonight. It's been a wonderful conversation. Tomorrow we're going to be here and we'll be hosting Kano Bagbala. Councillor Kano Bagbala will be our guest here tomorrow on the show, and we'll be diving into Liberia politics again. Thank you guys for being here. It's been a great show. Have a blessed night.